Hello, Mr. Randy Duck, and welcome back for another video. Today, as the title will tell you, I have two videos in the Tier 7 German medium premium tank, the Krafts Panther, and this is in fact the 3 mark video. So we have a game leading up to the 3 mark, and then we have the final game where we achieved 3rd mark of excellence. So the first replay we got here, we are actually top tier. There is 2 enemy light tanks and 1 enemy fun police, and we're going to push sort of the middle, the top left hand corner in the ridge, play the ridge line at the start, and then work out what we're going to do from there, depending on how many enemies turn up. But as we get there, we spot a window of opportunity to get some damage into that medium and also into this enemy light tank. I'd like to get some punish onto this snakebite, try and help out our friendly light tank. And also just get some more damage in this game and potentially take a light tank out of the game. We get a couple of shots in, but now I don't fancy my chances of staying there lit like that for too long, because I could end up getting shot by some TDs on the ridge line. So I have to sort of abandon that. I'll get a few shots in, get a bit of early damage, and now I'm going to push to spot this ridge line. We spot an enemy TD and enemy medium right down in the low ground. Now this tank does have 8 degrees of gun depression, but it is 8 degrees of gun depression over the side. So at times it can be a little bit awkward to try and get the shots in there. And I didn't want to overextend to get a shot into a challenger, especially when I've only got 150 alpha, because I'm not going to win that trade. I'm going to overextend, get a shot in, and I might take a shot off the challenger and potentially a shot off that medium as well, and that's not going to be great. So I've got to stay a little bit patient. I'm getting a few shots in as I overpoke this ridge, and I want to keep punishing and getting this medium as low as health as possibly can, just ticking away off his hit points there. A little bit concerned because I don't have anyone behind me at the moment, and if the enemy tanks should decide to full send over this ridge, I'm going to be in trouble, basically, because we do have some teammates moving up to the right hand side. And now here we go, the mediums are actually sort of full sending. The challenger's overpeaked. There's no one really to punish him. He doesn't get punished. I get 1 shot in, but I eat a couple shots off the turn there. But thankfully for me, this friendly Oni heavy tank is now pushing up to help us. That's going to take away some of the enemy fire, give them someone else to shoot at, just like this. And now one of the enemy mediums is distracted, trying to get shots into Oni, and I'm able to take them out, with the help of a little bit of a fire. Put us on to 1800 damage, so a decent start here to the game. Lost a few hit points, but got almost 2k damage in return, which is nice with this little pea shooter, because you do have to get a lot of shots in to start racking up the damage, because you only have 150 alpha. You do have some quite good, decent reload, but still, it's not great. I was thinking here about going over on that medium, but then I get tracked and I think, well, better of it, because a friendly Oni gets taken out, and I'd be full sending into death there, because I'd be sending into 3 tanks and I would have just got destroyed. So thankfully I am able to escape. I am down to just over half my hit points now, but yeah, the enemy team have taken a bit of a beating, and they've started to engage our heavy tanks on the right hand side, which is what I want, because I want them to get distracted so I can go and take out this medium tank and then come behind them, because now they're not pushing and trying to deal with me on this ridge. I've seen a window of opportunity to just kill this medium, potentially eat 1 shot in return, but I should be able to take this tank out by hopefully only eating 1 shot. And thankfully they bounce, we get 1 in, we give them a little ram, and we take out the tank, which then frees up the opportunity to shoot the tanks on the right hand side. But our friendly tanks have already pretty much dealt with them. As a 1-shot challenger, he just gets taken out before I get round. But we've got 2,000 damage, 2 kills, we've got about half our hit points left, but there's only 6 enemy tanks remaining, and we've kind of won this initial engagement, which is going to give us a lot more map control now. And I'm hoping to just sort of push up, because there's going to be enemy tanks, camping in their base. There always is tanks camping in their base, and I want to try and get over there, see if I can deal with them. But as I come around, there is an enemy tank destroyer. I think it's got the small gun there. We do actually eat a shot, and then we're hoping to get another one in. Damage his engine, and we're just trying to get back around this corner. But thankfully for us, we spotted him in a good location, and he gets taken out by our friendly camping tanks. and we pick up a bit of assistance, and another tank is destroyed. Taking a look to our right, there's an enemy dreadnought. Got to be very careful because obviously I'm on one shot to the dreadnought. I've decided I'm not actually going to engage the dreadnought at the moment. It's not in danger of capping our base. I'm going to push to where the rest of the damage I think will be located. As we do that, we spot a full health Tiger P coming across the open. So we spotted him in a good location. He should start to take some punish now from our tanks on the hill because he's caught in a really awful position. We're picking up some assistance. We're hopefully going to pick up the kill here. We get one shot in. We're going to get the finish. We do pick up the finish, putting ourselves onto 3 kills, 3,000 damage, 4 tanks remaining. There is one enemy light tank in sort of the ridge line towards our base, and sort of the bottom right hand corner of the mini map. Hoping that tank gets taken out because I want to try and spot the rest of the tanks which are going to be camping at their base, the fun police, and there's got to be at least one tank left. We know where the dreadnought is. We do spot the enemy heavy tank, but then we spot the enemy artillery as well. I can't try and peek that artillery at the moment. Then we start getting killed by that shot by that light tank which was on the hill. That's going to be a bit of a nuisance to us, to be honest with you, because it's going to stop us being able to push those tanks. I'm hoping he actually does get detected and we get a very fortunate snapshot in, putting us onto 4 kills and just taking away that angle. Now I just don't. The only angles which now I have to concern myself with are the tanks in the front of me. So that's kind of an ideal scenario. We've got an enemy dreadnought here on the right. Hopefully I should actually be able to probably shoot from here. If we get spotted, and probably stay unlit because I'm quite just outside of his detection radius. So if he does get spotted, I should be able to put a few shots in. But he has backed up around the corner, and so the heavy tank's also pushed round, which leaves the enemy fun police unguarded by herself. It's just fired, but I go in to try and take him out, but I am being a bit reckless because it's a tier 6 artillery. It reloads very quickly just like that and slaps me. But we do manage to at least take out the artillery, putting this onto 4 kills, 3,600 damage, with 2 tanks remaining. We get one shot into this enemy heavy tank here. We get unlucky to bounce that shot because it would have put him on a 1 shot. And I've got a potential devastator up for grabs here. I'm going to try and push now. I'm a 1 shot to this heavy tank in front of me, but they're also 1 shot to us. And I'm feeling confident we're going to win the game, but I want to try and get while I've still got an opportunity to get a devastator, I might as well go for it. So I can't be too, even though I'm a 1 shot, if I want to get the medal, I've still got to try and push and try and get this kill. So we're going to close the distance. We know he's just around this corner, and then we're going to hopefully try and bait a shot. Once they've fired, we should be able to get the kill. And trying to bait a shot out here. He does fire, we bait the shot, and then we pick up the kill. And that just leaves us with the 1 enemy dreadnought remaining. I'm a 1 shot, but I would have been a 1 shot at half health against the dreadnought. So being on 100 hit points against this tank doesn't really make much difference, to be honest with you. I'm going to be a 1 shot regardless. So I on 4,000 damage, 6 kills. I'm just going to take a guess that the dreadnought is either pushing towards our base, or if not, I might be able to come behind the dreadnought and get a few shots in. In theory, these should go back for the resets, but that doesn't always happen. So I just took a bit of a gamble at this point. I was hoping to come behind the dreadnought, but as it turns out, the dreadnought has done the right thing. He wants to win the game, so he's gone back to try and get the cap resets. And at this point, I'm thinking I might get there to get a shot in. I might not. I really don't know. I'm just going to try and hope for the best. I'm just going to get over there as quickly as I possibly can. Because obviously if I do pick up this kill, I will pick up the 7th kill of the game and confirm that Devastator medal and potentially pick up a bit more damage. I think obviously at this point, I was going for the 3rd mark of excellence. So any extra bit of damage at this point is going to help to boost my mark basically. And yeah, I'm just hoping to get across. Now he's behind some cover, but the clock is ticking. If he wants to reset, he's going to have to push out, which is going to present shots for us. Also, it's not really going to be looking for a shot onto me while he's trying to get the reset. he has pushed out, and I'm able to get a few shots in. We get 2 shots in here. We get for the 3rd shot, and now we're just hoping we get a shot off before friendly teammates do. And we do pick up the 7th kill, and brings us an end to replay number 1. So let's just get to the garage and see how we got on. We got 7 kills, 4,500 damage, 1,000 assistance, and yeah, so pretty decent game. But one more to come, which is one we do achieve the 3rd mark. So I will see you there in a little bit. Okay, so here we are for the final replay. We are on Kasserine Assault. We are the attacking team. There is no enemy fun police in this game. There is 1 enemy light tank, and it is a tier 8 lobby. So on Assault, on this mode, I like to try and push to the sort of left-hand side of the map, and you'll see in a minute I like to place a ridge on the far left, and in the hope that ideally I go here with not many tanks on my team with me in this exact position. I kind of want them to be on the right hand side, so take the enemy focus away, and then I can try and get some side shots into tanks which push, because in an Assault, just on the way the tanks spawn, you get into the fight here very quickly, and I want to try and stop the enemy tanks from advancing close towards us basically, and get side shots to them, just like this tank, like this Lover, or any of these tanks which I can potentially get shots in now. So the enemy Lover pushes out, we get 1 shot into the tank. Obviously, if he turns his turret towards us, we're gonna get these hull down. We're not really gonna be able to penetrate them, but we also spot this enemy Tiger gets spotted in the open. We get a couple of shots into the Tiger. We then do get lit. We get another one into the Lover while his turret is not facing us. We go for a 2nd shot, but it bounces, and then see the Lover's just shot there. So we're gonna try and take care of this tank if we can, because he has enemy friendly tanks sort of distracting him as well. So while that's happening, I'm going to keep picking away, getting shots into the side, try and take out this tank as quickly as possible, because that tank obviously has a clear angle to shoot at us, so we want to get rid of that angle as we can. We get a bounce there because obviously kind of at the extreme angle we was at, and we bounce a shot from the Lovers there. And now we've got this enemy Carnarvon. We got, because his turret is side on to us, we can actually pen. We could also pen the lower plate, but I can't quite get the angle to get a shot into the lower plate. So while his turret is side on, I was just going to keep putting shots in. Maybe if I was to shoot this building down in front of me, then I probably would be able to shoot the lower plate. But his turret is side on, so we can pen them, although we're not penning it every single time. But we do put us just over to 1,300 hit points. Damage. And now the enemy medium on the left is the kind of priority I want to get rid of, because I can no longer poke with this tank there, because I'm going to get penned every time I do. He's also going to keep us proxy spotted. In theory, the tanks behind us, if I do spot this tank, should potentially be able to get shots into them. I don't think they've realised that yet, but I really kind of need them to shoot this tank, because it's causing a problem. But as he backs up there, he does get slapped. We pick up a bit of assistance, and now he's taken onto a 1 shot. We're able to take out that tank and not lose too many hit points for it. Only getting penned once, but still keeping our 1,000 hit points. Now the enemy Tiger has pushed up, which thankfully, because I've got this second angle, he's dealing with the teams on my friendly team on the right, but I will now have easy side shots or rear shots into this tank from this position. So we get 1 tank in. He's going to die if he stays here. Unfortunately, there's nothing he can do to stop me shooting him. I get an unfortunate bounce there. I'm not stopping to fully aim the shot, because also I've got other tanks shooting me at the same time. Unfortunately, that hits his gun as he spins around, which is a shame, because that's just denied us a kill. But at least the tank's taken out, and it's now in an 8 versus 10, picking up 2 kills. Just putting us up to just above 2,000 damage. But we are slowly starting to lose tanks. We've never really took much map control from this map. As you can see, a lot of our tanks are all right in this corner. Our friendly medium tank is pushing across. I'm hoping that is actually going to light some of the tanks which I know are still there. There was an enemy TD at the start, and there's a few other tanks there. There's a Mutz which just gets detected thanks to our medium pushing across. We actually managed to squeeze 2 shots into the mutts, and now we're looking to see if we can get shots to this enemy heavy tank, but unfortunately they are behind a lot of ruins, and that's not really presenting us an easy shot at the moment. We're trying to just clear some of these buildings down with some of the HE shells, but the enemy mutts then pushes up. We get another shot into the mutts. We're hoping to get a second one in if we can, put them onto a one shot. He then gets taken out, and now we've got shots into this enemy heavy tank here, and we do have clear shots into the lower plate. We get the one in. We're hoping to get the finish, picking up the kill. We do, put us into 2,800 damage. Enemy TD gets spotted. We pretty much got all this damage from one position, but there was no real sense of moving because I had all the shots in the world from this location. But now obviously it is assault, and we do have to either kill all or get to that base to cap out. So the emphasis is on us to attack. But our friendly medium tank is pushing in. I was thinking I might be able to just cover this tank, but now I've realised that tank destroyer is not in a position for me to be able to shoot. So we push forward to try and help, but enemy brass then gets spotted, and now we're going to try and back up because our medium tank's not there, and we need help from our friendly team. Now this is a mistake here. I see this enemy TD. I shouldn't have spotted, shouldn't have shot, because I've got detected for that, and yeah, it ends up being a mistake. So I'm going to lose quite a few hit points here, which is going to potentially cost us. I mean, at least we've learned something from it. We've learned that there is a tank on the far right hand side. We saw the tracer, but that's put us onto 400 hit points, and all that could have been avoided by not firing for the trade-off for potentially 150 damage. It wasn't worth it. But the enemy medium tank is now pushed out into the open. We've got again shots into this comet. We get 2 shots in. We're hoping to just try and just capitalise on them being out in the open, but then I think my game's done. An enemy brass comes around. We've lost those hit points earlier, which is going to cost us, but somehow he bounces that shot. A bit unlucky on him, and he's going to try and ram me. It's not going to work. I'm heavier, and he's pushing uphill with no momentum, and I get very fortunate there, and thankfully we're able to then take out the brass, putting us into a 2 versus 5, which it would have cost me because I was going to be frustrated because I lost those hit points earlier, which I didn't need to, and if I didn't lose those hit points, then I would have been able to take 2 shots off the brass anyway, but as it stands I get very fortunate, and the brass somehow doesn't pen the second shot. Enemy TC is coming over, but I'm just going to aim the shot and kill him as he goes over because he's on a one shot, putting us onto 6 kills, 4,600 damage. At this point I'm thinking I probably have 3 marked a tank. I only needed about 1%. I think the requirements is just over 2,000, so I'm well over the requirements, so hopefully I should be able to free market this game. But I want to try and win. There's 2 tanks left. Unfortunately I am on a one shot, and we've only got 2 minutes left on the clock, and like I say, we're on attack, so the enemy tanks don't actually have to come and fight us. So there seems little point me just staying here when there's not a lot of time on. I wanted to just push a more direct route because I'm obviously don't have a lot of time, but the problem I've got is I'm on 44 hit points. There's an enemy Scorpion tank destroyer on the other team, enemy Dragon. Both tanks are going to outspot me before I've got a chance to shoot them. So my only real chance is either my friendly tank destroyer pushed across because it has more hit points, and then I farm, or I try and move in. And unfortunately, obviously, I can't. Not in the platoon with this guy. I can't tell him what I think we should do. So I'm going to try and push around and take a angle and hope that when I come round, these tanks are on low enough hit points. So I haven't actually spotted these tanks all game, so I have no idea. Are they full health? Are they one shots? Given that I've only got 1 minute left on the clock and I'm on 44 hit points, I'm going to need a bit of good fortune if we're going to win this. I'm going to need to hope that they are very low health. So I'm going to try and push around behind. I'll say there's only 1 minute 13 seconds on the clock. An enemy tank destroyer, friendly tank destroyer is pushing up. So if they are sort of in this location, we are going to pincer them and create 2 different angles. but I'm not confident we're going to win this game at the moment. But then I spot an enemy. There was any friendly TD spots enemy Scorpion. They are one shot to us, and we're thinking, oh, maybe it's possible. But we only got 50 seconds to kill 2 tanks, so I'm rushing across as quickly as I possibly can to try and kill this enemy Scorpion. He's not going to be looking my way, so we will have shots in behind. We try and snap the shot in for the 7th kill. Unfortunately, we miss it. We are able to then finish it, and then we got an enemy Dragon, and annoyingly they are full health, and we've got 30 seconds. So the chances of us killing this tank are slim. We need to get our friendly tank destroyer to put a few shots in. We get 2 shots in, but we have 20 seconds left. I've just got to push in. You know, the Dragon's probably going to be watching me. I'm probably going to die going around this corner, but I'm going to lose regardless if we don't kill this tank. So I might as well just take the gamble and just hope. But he was watching us, you know, predictably. Gets a kill, but like I say, I didn't have any time. I might as well have gone in anyway, because you never know. I could have shot him, set him on fire, and our TD could have shot him. We could have got lucky. So I'd rather go for it than do nothing, because we're going to lose anyway. But we do pick up a good game and a third mark. You know, we get 7 kills, just shy of 5,000 damage, 700 assistance. So a really nice tank for a tier 7 medium, especially one which only has 150 alpha, so you do need to pen a lot of shots to get close to 5k damage. And that's it for the video. So as always, your support has been fantastic. Thank you so much for watching, and happy tanking.
Enemy in sight! Hadouken!